CCXCVII, welcome to my channel and welcome to this Bond Gizmo shave. Yes, this is a Bond Gizmo shave. This idea came about when I received this Bond soap from Anticatura in Slovenia. Thank you, Anel. He sent this to me from Pete, Hendrix Classics & Co. That got me wondering what kind of gizmos would Bond use to shave. So that's why I have all these different gizmo items, things that are even good for traveling or can do multiple things or stuff like that. So first of all is the Yaqi Trifecta. I have it like this with a wingspan knot on it, and I have all the 3 shimming plates on it when I travel. What I do is I take off this wing knot like this. I take off the washer, okay, and then I have the 3 shimming plates. This is stainless steel, by the way, all of it. The 3 shimming plates to be put under the blade and to the side the gap of the shave. We have 3, comes with 3, it's called Trifecta. Thank you, Yaqi, for sending it to me. The first one is, well, that's not the first one, wait a second. Here it is, 0.70 millimeters of a gap, that's a 007. Keep that in mind, 007. And then we have the 0.90 millimeters of a gap. And then we have the 1.110 millimeters of a gap. I will, of course, be using the 0.70 0.7. You get it? You get it? You see what I did there? The handle for this is the Yaqi retractable handle, because this is made of aluminium, mind you, but it goes, when it's like this, it's 67 millimeters, and then it goes, you can just turn this, and it goes all the way from 67 to 11 millimeters. Wait for it. It goes to 11. Okay, so that's what I will be using. The blade, of course, or not necessarily of course, but it's the London Bridge, because that's where MI6 that Bond is supposedly an agent for, is situated in London. So the old vintage one, of course, not the Chinese one, the modern one. This was made in early 70s. Okay, the ball for this is this Yaqi travel ball. And what does it do? Well, it, you can fold it out, and it has these Bond circles inside it. So, has this gizmo thing. You never do this in a video. Okay, it's like this, and then you just, and there you have it. 11 centimeters at top, goes to 11, and 9 at the bottom. So, okay. The brush was very kindly, well, this was sent to me by Yaqi. Also, thank you, Yaqi and Grace. The brush is this BOTI brush that has this funny, or this ingenious gizmo thingy. You can turn the outside of the handle and decide. This is a 2-band Silvertip badger, by the way, a fan knot. So you can have it all the way from here, and that's a good 60 millimeter of a loft, I think it's called, and then it goes all the way up to 2, like this. And at 2, I don't know, I think it's better suited, it's so stiff up here, maybe you like that, but you can actually brush, I don't know, it's a beard brush maybe here, So I will be using this in the shave. Okay, did I forget something? Oh yeah, I forgot. The aftershave is just an old scent that complements the soap, and a soap so old that you might have seen. That's something I might imagine that Bond would use. It's the Aqua Velva Musk in this ingenious Gizmo spray bottle. And then to finish it all off, the Aqua Velva Sensitive 5-in-1. 5-in-1 because you had 5 actors playing James Bond in more than one movie, and then one, namely George Lazenby, playing in only one movie. I will get back to all the Bond actors in a moment. Okay, so that's it. I'll be right back in 2 snaps of the finger. Like I said, just a snap away. Okay, so we are back. We're using the laser. Has a laser down here to shoot stuff and to measure stuff. The laser continuous mister in this Bond shave. I did soak, of course, the brush in my UK Wet Shavers Society coffee mug that I got from Alpha Shaving. Links will be below, of course, to everything here. So here you have it. I set this brush all the way to the top to get the maximum splay. See how big this is? Man. The scent of this soap. This is, of course, this is the top shelf base from Pete. Tossa silk in it, so it's not vegan, but no tallow. And if you know Pete soaps, you know that this is awesome. Again, Anticatura, thank you for sending me this soap to try out. So, wonderful, wonderful scent. It has a little bit of a cologne vibe, and then actually from the POC I would say it has a what do you call it, an Eternity Calvin Klein vibe. Goes a little away, not as much floral in it. So now it's set to 11. It's okay, let's do this. The 007 shimming plate, the 070 millimeter, and the London Bridge vintage razor blade made in England in the 70s, which was when I started following the James Bond movies, and which is why, for me, growing up, associating James Bond with Sir Roger Moore, who made 7 movies from the beginning of the 70s and all the way into the 80s, where Timothy Dalton took over, made a couple of films, left it to Pierce Brosnan, who did 5 films, I think, who again left it to Daniel Craig, who has done 4. Roger Moore did, of course, take over the role from the late Sir Sean Connery, who made 5 movies. Well, amongst Bond lovers, some claim that he only made 4, because he claimed that he would never return to the Bond franchise. And then in 83, I think, or in the beginning of the 80s at least, he made an independent Bond movie called Never Say Never Again, but that was not the Broccoli production company making that. So some Bond people, lovers, claim that it's not a real Bond movie. Well, he played 007, and the title Never Say Never Again was a referral to what he said when he stopped in the beginning of the 70s, or was it 69? Well, when he stopped, saying he would never return. So Never Say Never Again was kind of a play on words for him. So 5, if you count Never Say Never Again. And then of course Sir George Lazenby made the first one in Her Majesty's Secret Service, I think it's called. For me, and I know, don't eat me here, we all have our own favorite. For me, number 1, as I started off by saying, is Sir Roger Moore, because he was the Bond I saw going to movies in the 70s when I started following the James Bond franchise and becoming a Bond fan for life. After that, I know a lot of people say it's Sean Connery, and that's okay. We all have. To me, I've read most of the books, Ian Fleming's books. To me, the Agent 007, Mr. Bond, James Bond, was kind of a decadent, upper class person. And to me, Sean Connery was kind of a he didn't strike me as the archetypical British upper class gentleman. I like him in a lot of other movies. He's actually one of my favorite actors. But as a James Bond, he's not number 1. Number 2 for me is Pierce Brosnan. For the very same reason, he has that archetypical British aristocrat, upper class vibe. For me. So number 3 for me would be Sean Connery. And then Daniel Craig. Then Timothy Dalton. So, who is or who was your favorite James Bond actor? Tell me below. And don't eat me if we disagree. That's just like shaving. Some like brunettes, some like blondes. Or as we have a Danish saying, some like the mother, some like the daughter. Some like both. So that's how it is. Let's feel up here. Oh yeah. I think This actually has quite a bit of blade feel to it. So even though it's only the 007, it's the 070 or the 070 plate, it's quite efficient actually. So don't let the gap, you know, fool you. It's actually very efficient, I would say. I did a video a long time back that you can see in the playlist, the Yaqi playlist, with the 090, and I didn't remember that as being as blade feely as the 070 or the 007 plate, as it will from now on be called. Okay, a little weeper there, and then we have the magical blood stopping alum. That, of course, Q would, sorry, not Q, MQ. Well, the guy with all the gadgets, he's called Q, right? Q would give bond. Okay, the splash, Aqua Velva, Musk, just because it has that 007 upper class cologne. Lots of alcohol, that's for sure, in it. And then that old school scent that this also has, the 5-in-1 Balm. I will shake it, baby, and only use this much, because this goes a very, very long way, I tell you. Man, that was a great shave. So, are you into Gizmo shaving gear like I used for this entire shave? A Bond Gizmo? Tell me. And tell me your favorite Bond, 1 to 5, if you remember all 5 or just your top 3. As I said, mine is Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan and Sean Connery, and don't eat me. We are all different, you know. Your mileage may vary. Your Bond may vary, you might even say. Okay, so let's have the sound test. Perfect mundo. Okay, so like, subscribe, hit the bell and share. See you in the next shave.